Good day, everyone. Once again, welcome to our personal development class. And today, we shall be discussing three lessons. First is lesson 20, which is various roles of different individuals in society, followed by lesson 21. It's all about social influence. And last is lesson 22, which is social relationships. Okay. But before we proceed to our discussion. So last meeting, no, we were able to discuss no different topics, no. So we discussed about attraction, love, and commitment. We were able to understand what is personal relationship and be able no, to identify different keys or ways in maintaining healthy relationship. Okay, so moving on. For our objectives, at the end of the lesson, learners are expected to, number one, differentiate the various roles of different individuals in society and how they can influence people through their leadership or followership. Another, distinguish one's perception of himself and how others see him or her. Okay. And last, now be able to accomplish a mini survey on Filipino relationships. So that's the objectives for today's activities and lessons. So moving on. Yan. So for our activity, before we start our discussion, so I have here several phrases or words. All you need to do is to answer no each word or phrase if it is no a statement that describes no a leader. So you need to say L no if the statement describes a leader, and you need to say F if the statement no describes a follower, or it can be both. So you need to say FL if the statement or the words that I am no uh, telling is both for a leader and a follower. Okay, so let's begin. So let's have the first yan, item. Volunteering to handle tasks. It is a work of a leader, a follower, or both. Go. Okay, so the answer is it's the work of a leader. So it's F. I mean, it's follower F. Okay, next. Set example. Is it L, F, or both? Go. Okay, so the answer is L. It's a leader. Next. Exhibiting loyalty. Is it L, F, or both? Go. So the answer is F, follower. Next. Walk the talk. Is it L, F, or both? Go. So the answer is L. It's a leader, no? Next. Offering suggestions for improvement. Is it L, F, or both? The answer is F, sa follower. Okay. Next one, number 6. Willing to serve. Is it L, F, or both? The answer is L, leader. Next, delegate work. Whose task is that? No? Is it L, F, or both? The answer is leader. It's L. Okay, number 8. Does not afraid to confront changes. Is it L, F, or FL, or both? What's the answer? Okay, So the answer is F, follower. Okay, second to the last. Learn to appreciate. Is it L, F, or both? So what's the answer? Okay, it's L, leader. And last item, be patient. Is it no a task for L, F, or both the F, L? So what's the answer? Okay, so this time, no, we need to choose both, no? It's the task, no, both of the leader and a follower. Okay, so thank you for yan, participating in our short activity. So moving on. Okay, so let's have a picture analysis this time. So you are seeing a picture no on my screen. So if you are going to relate no the picture no about leadership and followership, so what can you say about the picture? Anyone from the group? Okay, so thank you so much. There's another picture here. Okay, so this time naman, no, how are you going to describe the picture pertaining to leadership and followership? Anyone with the group? Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for analyzing the two pictures. So let's move on to our discussion. Okay, so let's define muna know what is a role. Kasi we shall be discussing roles in the society. So each one of us no must be what no fulfill a role because we belong in a society. Sino dito hindi belong sa society, 'di ba? Wala, lahat tayo kabilang sa isang lipunan. So therefore no as members no of the society, we must no take no a role no palagi yan hindi po pwedeng wala tayong gawin in a society. So when we say role, no, it defines what a set of norms, values, behavior, and personality characteristics attached to a status such as leader, follower, or even club president. So meron tayong gampanin at yung gampanin na yan, yung role na tinatawag na yan, no, meron daw yung norm, standard, no, na susundin. May values o papahalaga, behavior, pag-uugali, no, kilos, no? And even personality characteristic na dapat nating paggagayahan at ating i-exhibit no kung tayo ay napiling leader or napiling follower. So sabi nga dito, every leader assumes role in a society and they are expected to behave a pattern usually determined by individuals in the society. So yung role pala ng isang leader o ng isang follower ay dinedefine din no ng mga individuals ng society. Kung sino yung mga tao na nandoon sa lipunan, tayo din pala ang nagseset ng kung ano yung dapat na kilos no o karakteristik ng isang leader o ng isang follower. Sabi nga dito, no, which is no very true, to become a great leader, you must be a good follower, which is totoo naman talaga, no? Kasi how can you no lead, no, in the first place nung ikaw ay follower, hindi ka naman sumusunod, 'di ba? At hindi ka rin gumagawa ng mga gampanin mo bilang follower. Okay? So moving on. Ayan. So we have here naman na different roles of efficient leader that can influence people. Ayan. So I have here no 12 roles no of a leader and I think no some of you are very much familiar with the different roles that I have posted here. So ganito na lang ang ating gawin para maging magandang discussion at the same time maging interactive no. I want you to pick one role of a leader and tell us no bakit importante siya no na maging isang karakteristik o ng role ng isang leader para sa iyo. Okay, so let's begin our discussion. Okay? So thank you so much for your yan active participation. So moving on, this time naman, I have here naman, no, 7 roles naman of an effective follower that leaders need. So, hindi lang po pwedeng si leader lang yung merong characteristics o yung may mga roles lang na dapat na ano, no, gampanan. Even the followers, no, must have, no, yun nga, definite roles, no, to what? Ah, to exhibit. So I have here no 7. Yan. Roles of an effective follower para maging effective. So ganun din ang gagawin nyo. I want you to pick one role and tell us bakit no kailangan ng isang follower na panindigan o gampanan yung role na napili mo. Okay? So let's start the discussion. Okay, so thank you so much for your active participation. So moving on. Ayan. So with all the sharings that you ayan no contributed no for the leadership and the followership no as regards to the different roles na meron ang leader and follower. So the question is, how can you influence people as a leader or follower? So halimbawa, isa ka ngayon leader or naman isa kang follower. So paano mo maiimpluwensyahan ang ibang tao no bilang leader o bilang follower? Anyone who would like to answer? Okay, so thank you so much. Yan. So this time naman, let's define social influence. Kasi definitely, when you become a leader or a member, definitely, no, kailangan, no, you would be able to influence people around you, di ba? So tinatawag natin yung social influence. So when we say social influence, no, it is characterized by a change in your behavior caused by the people that empower you to adjust to a particular situation. So, impluensya. Pag ikaw pala ay naiimpluwensyahan, nagkakaroon ng ano, change in your behavior, pagbabago, no? At sino yung naging ugat? At sino yung naging dahilan? Yung tao na nag-empower sa'yo. Which is, sino ba ang nag-empower? Either the leader, no? Usually leader, no? But sometimes, no, as a follower, kaya mo rin, ano, maka-impluwensya ng ano, kapwa mo, no, followers. Ayan. So whether someone agrees or disagrees with you, it influences your behavior that may help or hinder your social roles. And that is very true. Di ba, no? Kahit na mag-agree o mag-disagree ang tao sa paligid, still, no? There must be what influence in your behavior kasi yun yung magiging ano reaction mo dun sa ano pag agree or pagdi-disagree nila sa iyo, 'di ba? Sabi nga it may help, pwedeng makatulong, pero kapag nag-disagree baka mamaya it may hinder or the other way around, pag nag-agree baka pwede rin namang mag-hinder, no? So depende 'yan sa pagtanggap ng taong maiimpluwensyahan. So social influence now also happens when you change your behavior to adapt to social demands. So, kasama pa rin pala yun. So kung gusto mong mag-fit in, no, sa grupo, mag-fit in a society, so kailangan may baguhin ka, 'di ba, no? Para ano, magkaroon ng adaptation na tinatawag. And that is no under social influence pa rin. Okay, so moving on. Yan. So sabi dito, social influence is categorized by 3 things, no? Conformity, compliance, and obedience. Ayan. So ano-ano yung mga factors na yan that influence, no, says, no, our social, no, or influence our social, yun nga, functioning. So number 1 is conformity. When we say conformity, no, is changing your behavior to be the same with the others in the group. Ayan, halimbawa, lahat sila nag-yes, no, nasasama sa outing. Dahil gusto mong mag-conform, anong gagawin mo? Kahit na gusto mo mag-no, hindi ka mag-no. Ang gagawin mo ay ano, just to conform, mag-yes ka na rin, sasama ka na rin. Kasi, ano, kailangan mong mag-conform or else, 'di ba, no? Baka may feeling awkward ka. So you need to change your behavior, you need to change your decision, no? Na merong kapareho yung na desisyon ng nakararami sa isang grupo. So that's conformity. What about compliance naman? So when we say compliance naman, no, is granting a request or demand asked by another individual in exchange of either a reward or a punishment. O yan, ang estudyante malimit ganyan, no? Compliance ang ginagawa. Okay. Gusto mo na magandang grade, 'di ba? Therefore, mag-submit ka ng lahat ng mga activities, 'di ba? Or else, pag hindi ka nag-comply, there must be what? A punishment. So, magiging blanco yung grade mo sa report card, 'di ba? Okay. What about naman obedience? Obedience naman no means changing your behavior to follow the demand given by an authority or an adult you have high regards with. Ayan. So, ang obedience naman ay yung pagsunod sa mas nakakataas o mas nakakatanda. 'Di ba, no? Perfect example dyan ay ating mga magulang, 'di ba? We tend to become obedient kasi alam natin, no, mga magulang natin sila, mas nakakatanda sila. Therefore, kailangan, no, sundin sila. Okay? So my question is, among the different factors, no, yung conformity, compliance, or obedience, no, bilang follower or bilang leader, alin dyan ang malimit na nakaka-impluensya sa'yo para sumunod? Is it through conformity? Is it through compliance? And is it through obedience? Tell us, no, the specific situation and then why? Bakit yan ang laging nagagamit mo o nasusunod mo when it comes to social influence? Okay? So anyone from the group? Okay? So thank you so much for your sharing. Yan. So sabi nga dito, palawigin pa natin yung social influence, no? Sabi niya, you can choose either nga daw to conform, to comply, or to obey. So depending on how well you perceive yourself and how others sees you. So that's definitely yung mga senior nyo, no? Yan yung nagiging pinaka-explanation. Bakit mas pinili natin mag-conform, bakit mas pinili natin mag-comply o mag-obey? Kasi nga ito nga daw yung paano mo na perceive, paano mo na unawaan, 'di ba no? Yung pangyayari at saka paano ka rin no tinitingnan ng ibang tao. So nakadepende pala 'yon. And comparing your self-perception with others, perceptions no of you has contributed to your thoughts that influence your behavior. Minsan kasi 'di ba, we tend to comply, to conform or to obey kasi iniisip natin na ano nga ba yung perception ng ibang tao sa atin? 'Pag ito ba yung aking magiging desisyon, 'di ba? Ano yung magiging perception nila, 'di ba, no? So kino-compare natin, no? Tinitimbang natin yung self-perception sa perception of others, no? Kaya bago tayo mag-decide no kung anong klaseng social influence ang i-adapt natin sa ating behavior. So either nga to conform, to comply, or to obey. Okay. And you are becoming responsible for your thoughts and behaviors no as you adapt to the needs of the situations no in the same manner that you have self-control that empowers you to regulate your behavior to make positive choices in life. So ganun pala 'yon, no? Kapag you always no at think no or process no yung iyong self-perception and yun nga no compare it with the perception of others. So nagkakaroon ka kasi ng assessment no before you comply, conform or obey. Ang sabi daw dito no, nagiging responsible ka, 'di ba? Kasi no, kumbaga ah wini-weigh in mo muna, 'no, yung mga bagay-bagay bago ka mag-adapt, 'no, sa sitwasyon na meron ka sa paligid, 'no? At the same time daw, 'no, you are gaining what self-control, 'no, where that empowers you to regulate your behavior, 'di ba? Imbes na naiinis ka na, okay, ang magiging decision mo ay kalmahin na lang yung sarili mo kasi hindi siya magiging maganda, 'di ba? Still you need to conform kahit naiinis. You need to what? Regulate that behavior or regulate that emotion, 'di ba? At with that, no, you are what? Making what? Positive choices in life. So apply pa rin yung connection dito ng thoughts, feelings, and actions no in social no influence. Okay? So sabi nga dito, the change in your behavior therefore enhances your role in becoming a follower and a leader. Ayan. So kapag nag-a-adapt ka pala sa sitwasyon, no, depende nga kung ano yung gusto mong maging choice to conform, to comply, or obey. So yan yung magiging magandang training ground mo no, for you to become what? An effective follower or eventually no, to become an effective no, leader in the future. Okay, so moving on. What about social relationships naman? So, ang mga concepts natin is all about no yun nga no, interpersonal at the same time no followership and leadership, no? So when we say social relationships naman, no, it refer what to the connections that exist between people who have recurring interactions that are perceived by the participants to have personal meaning. 'Di ba? So kapag tayo ay daw may paulit-ulit na interaction at meron tayong constant connection sa ibang tao, 'di ba 'no? Nagkakaroon daw 'yan ng personal meaning para sa atin. And that's what we call social relationship. O sino dito walang interaction sa ibang tao, walang connection. Pag wala ka ni isa, therefore, wala kang masasabing social relationship. Okay, so this includes relationship between, syempre, family members. Lahat tayo, no? May kapamilya. Lahat tayo may friends, neighbors, fellow workers or fellow students, no, and other associates. So, at iba pang mga kinabibilangan yung grupo. So, pag you belong no, to that certain group, therefore, no, meron kang tinatawag na social relationship sa kanila. Okay? And family relationships, no, or relatives, no, are people we are connected through some form of kinships, no, such as parents, brothers and sisters, even grandparents, aunts and uncles, or step parents. So under ng social relationship, yung tinatawag nating family relationship na which is mas specific. Relasyon natin yon sa ating mga kapamilya. Okay, so moving on. And kapag sinabi namang friends, ayan, no? These are where people, no, we are not related by blood, but no, choose to interact with, lalo na kayo teenagers, no, mas matimbang, no, ang inyong social relationship, no, o yung connection nyo sa kaibigan rather than sa family members, no, at this point in time, sa stage of life nyo, di ba? So when we say friend, no, it's a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection kasi may common interest kayo, no? Typically, no, exclusive of sexual or family relations. Ayan, 'di ba? So yan yung perfect definition pag sinabing kaibigan. Sila yung mga tao na meron tayong same interest, no? Meron kayong mutual affection, 'di ba? Meron kayong mga talagang mga bagay-bagay na nagja-jibe kayo at nagko-connect kayo sa isa't isa kaya kayo magka-kaibigan, 'di ba? And acquaintances naman, on the other hand naman, are people you may encounter oftentimes but are not friends or relatives. So ito yung mga pwedeng kakilala natin, no? Yung palagi nating nami-meet dyan sa labas, pero not necessarily kaibigan natin o relative pero kilala natin sila. So yung ano lang, kumbaga basic knowledge lang about that person, alam natin. Not kumbaga a deeper one no yung mga information na katulad sa pamilya or sa kaibigan. And yung mas malayo at mas malawak ay yung community relations. No? Simply describe no, a company's interactions with the community in which it resides. Like sa barangay nyo, sa subdivision nyo, it's a community, di ba? So, kumbaga parang yung community relations more of yung civil na tinatawag. So, kailangan nakikisama ka in a way kasi kailangan ma-achieve natin ng unity and yung peace na tinatawag in a community. dignity. So kaya pasok sila sa community relations. Okay? So moving on. Ayan. So let's be specific, no? Sabi nga natin relationship, social relationship. So what do we mean by naman Filipino relationship? And I think no, ang Filipino meron distinct at merong creative, no, characteristic when it comes to relationship, no, yung ating Filipino relationship. Sabi nga, Filipinos perspective no in building family relationship is focused on establishing close ties, 'di ba no? Napaka-close natin when it comes to family matters. Kaya naman lagi tayong maraming selebrasyon, 'di ba? No, laging maraming family bonding kasi nga we always no cherish yung tinatawag na close or establishing close family ties na tinatawag. Another, Filipinos are very hospitable and friendly people and that is very true, no? Kaya minsan, no, yung pagiging hospitable at pagiging friendly, nasasobrahan. Kaya minsan, katulad niya yung pag may piyesta, pag may mga handaan, di ba? Dahil gusto mong i-accommodate lahat ng kaibigan, lahat ng kakilala, no, yun nga minsan napapautang na, no, napapa-loan na yan. So sa pagiging hospitable, kailangan kasi ma-accommodate, kailangan 'di ba, no, ma-share natin na kung ano yung meron na sa atin. So yun nga lang on the other side magiging negative kapag yun nga ipinangungutang no, dahil sa pagiging hospitable and friendly, no? Okay. And Filipinos are very family oriented. Totoo 'yan. Number one, no, na we care about our family members. Kaya tayo ay family-oriented. Kaya naman din, no, kahit na may mga asawa na, minsan ayaw pa rin humiwalay sa poder ng mga magulang. O kaya mas gusto natin na extended family, yung type ng ano na family structure natin, no, sama-sama, mas masaya. So kaya tayo family-oriented. Okay? Ayan. So before we discuss the different activities no with this certain topics that we discuss. So let me ask you your learning. So what are your takeaways no for these lessons and how these takeaways no can really help you improve your social relationships. Okay? So anyone from the group. Okay, so thank you so much. So with that, allow me to discuss the different activities that you need to accomplish during our asynchronous time. So for lesson 20, so meron tayong leader and follower. So all you need to do is to write the different roles no of leaders and followers using the acrostic. Ayan. So ibig sabihin nun, eto may acrostic tayo. Yung leader, follower. So you need to supply the different roles no of a leader and a follower na isusupply nyo L. L is for what? Pwede siyang word, pwede siyang phrase, or pwede siyang sentence, no? Kailangan madedepict nyo yung different roles ng leader and follower, no, in this activity. Okay, so moving on. For activity number 2 naman, that is intended for lesson 21, ito yung reflection of my behavior. Ayan. So all you need to do is to shade all the boxes that contain a statement reflecting your behavior. Like for example, myself, 'di ba? Kung if you gain approval, ayan, no? Kung sa tingin mo, sa sarili mo, nagigain ka ng approval ng ibang tao, so you need to shade this one, 'di ba? Okay. Then naman, as someone from your family or from your best friend, pwede kayong mag-ano, no, video call, no, to rate you naman on these statements, di ba? So, halimbawa, si friend mo, tinanong mo, siya, most of the time ba, do I gain approval from the others? Pag sinabi niyang oo, siya shade mo rin yan. Okay, so, and so on and so forth, di ba? Do you avoid rejection? So, kung sa tingin mo, nag-avoid ka, i-shade mo. And then, pag sinabi ng kausap mo, na tinatanong mo, no, na you really avoid rejection, so isa-shade mo rin yan. O, di ba? So, makikita natin, no, in this activity, if you are more of a conformist, no, or more of a compliant, or more of obedient, kung natatandaan yung ating ano no categories no ng social influences. Okay? And after doing that, no, little survey, so you kindly answer the following processing questions. Katulad dito, based on the data, is there any comparison that you want to give, no, an emphasis on? And for question number 2 naman, how can you categorize yourself? No, are you a conformist, compliant, or obedient? And then explain your answer. Okay. And yan, for activity number 3 naman, that is intended for lesson 22, eto. So, this is the mini survey, no, family mini survey. So, all you need to do is to put a check mark on the family members whom the social skill is suited. So, answer and then answer the processing question. Halimbawa, yung example ito, show respect, no, to others among the family members including you. Sino ang nagpapakita ng respeto sa ibang tao? Kung lahat, check ang lahat. And so on and so forth, di ba? And after doing the mini survey, answer the 3 processing questions na below the mini survey. So yan, madali lang din po yan. Okay? And of course, now for activity number 4, all you need to do is to answer our 5-item quiz. And no, for activity number 5, you need to write your own reflection regarding the activities and topics that we discussed today. Okay, I think that's all. And I see you next meeting. Bye, guys.